Hello, my name is Visgluigers, and today's video will be about the replay system that was put in place in the 0.14 patch. And to me it was a little bit off that where the hell do I start recordings? You'd think that it would be somewhere in here. It's not here, not here, not even in here in the gameplay section. So where the hell is it? Well, it's actually quite simple. You have here this third button of something, whatever, you know, in addition to these two that you probably already are very accustomed with. So you just press it, and here you have record matches, and it will record every single match you play, regardless if it's a PvE mission or a PvP mission. And it will tell you, of course, that you have played it, which tank you have played it, which version of the game it is, the duration of the match, and then you have a preview of the map and so on, a little bit more information. Now, a thing that I personally noticed about these replay files is that they do take quite a significant amount of space. I mean, when I had in World of Tanks had the replays being recorded for a while, I mean like so that I had like several hundreds of games, then it started to just creep slowly towards a 1 gigabyte of memory, so that I had literally hundreds upon hundreds of replay files. Here, how many is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, under 10, around 10, and it's almost already 100 megabytes? I mean, that is just something that you have to keep in mind, that these might really take quite a lot of space. Yeah, 9 files. It takes quite a lot of space. But you can spectate from the beginning on anyone's perspective, so I guess it, really has to remember everything that is going on the map, unlike in the World of Tanks, where it just kind of remembers stuff that happens around you and not from the other side of the map. And I don't know, can you whoa. Okay, so pressing that button, this here will take you to the folder that they physically are from. Because the next thing I was about to say is that, well, if these take so much space, do you have to individually delete them? No, you don't. You can just press here and it will open the folder that they are located in, and then you can just copy however much you want, all or just the ones you want, and delete them from there, so you don't have to manually delete every single one separately. But let's just take a quick look about how these replay files actually work, because they are a little bit different to World of Tanks. They have good things and they got some bad things, in my opinion. And right at the bat you see that, yeah, it's like this, and it's free camera mode all over. I mean, I cannot go to the sniper view. There is no way I can see my reload or anything that is like UI based. I can see my health and so on, and I have this panel here. I can stop the replay, I can start it, I can increase, decrease the speed, and I believe I can just, by pressing here, it will speed up to that point of the game. Yeah, and I believe I can do it. No, I can't do it reverse. So you can speed forward, but you cannot go backwards anymore. And mouse wheel doesn't do anything. I can't zoom in or out at all, but I can just rotate my cursor around and see different angles. But if I use my WASD, I'm free to move wherever I want. And space goes up, C goes down. So I can just go check around. What did my team do? And this is quite slow, so with the shift I can have a little bit of a speed bonus. And unfortunately I can't go higher than this. But I can go to wherever I want, and I can see that, okay, so these guys were trenched in here, and this Sheridan is moving here, while I was physically on literally the other side of the map. And the map is a little bit buggy, in the sense that it shows that you are looking now in here to this direction, even though I'm actually here. But I guess the direction is still correct. But in World of Tanks you can't do this. And the game wouldn't physically render these tanks, so the replay file doesn't remember them. But what I would like is of course the fact that I can get the sniper view, and I believe in some kind of blog post or Q&A, whatever, I think they said that, you know, that's going to be in the game and you should be able to do that even for the enemy vehicles, in addition to you and your allies. And that would be really, really cool, but I don't know if that will beef up the file size quite drastically. But if we just press the mouse, we can jump right back here. If we press it again, we can kind of skip to any player, even when we are not yet dead, which is something you have to wait in World of Tanks. And we can just press Control and switch to anyone we want, even dead players I see. But the enemy players is something we cannot yet do, which will be something they'll be doing in the future. But if you are spectating the match, meaning that when you record the match, you are already a spectator, you can go and do, you know, spectating the enemy team as well, because, you know, you from the very beginning see everything. But if you are actually playing on the game, you can only spectate the people that you were teamed up with. But the fact that, you know, I personally kind of became very curious about the fact that, holy crap, I can spectate this kind of games and so forth. It's kind of cool and so forth, and I would actually like the idea of spectating some kind of community matches or something, and that would be cool. But if even for that to happen, it would be great if you could go higher than this. I'll show you in a moment what I mean, because in some maps you can go higher than this, and for instance in this map you can't go any higher than this. But what is really cool, and which is probably more for like content creators, is that if I press here 1 and then I go, let's say, here, and I press 1 again, and then I go here and press 1 again, and then I press 2. So it kind of creates this kind of cinematic, whatever you want to call this, transition, which is kind of neat for content creators. But for, you know, actually doing a view or something, or you know, overview of a match or something, that's not very useful. And if I press number 3, it removes it and it doesn't do anything from number 2 anymore. But you can queue these ones however many you want. I'm just pressing 1 again and again and again, and we should have a loop here. Yeah, it's doing it just on its own. And number 3, and it's gone. So this is very neat thing. You have a lot of functions that I feel like needs to be in the replay system, and it's gone a little bit beyond it as well. But there's some glaring things missing from it. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they wanted to a little bit rush it. And of course, you have the option to put the hood off, but as you can see, it's very hard to actually see the tanks, because there's TD Where's the Type 59? Well, there he is, but it's very, very, very hard to see actually anyone like this. It's more like for the close-ups and stuff like that. But yeah, let's put the hood back on. And next I'll take a quick look at a different map, and that'll be a PvE map. Because a pattern I've been seeing is that the PvP maps, you can't really go that high. And another thing that is really annoying is that it doesn't remember that this was open. It'll remember that this was open when you started the game or whatever. But this you have to open every single time. Every single time. Now let's play this map. Okay, and here we are. Let's just put it through the waiting intro. Actually, I can just well, here we go. And you can minimize this screen like that. But what I was meaning is that for instance, this map, I can go all the way up here and I can just see stuff that I'm not supposed to see. But my point is that if I could do this in every single map, spectating a game would be so easy and cool, in my opinion, that I could just go in here and say that, okay, team 1 is advancing here and here, making a little bit chokehold over here, and the red team is doing whatever here, and that would be just fantastic. And of course then you can go back to the level where you can go in maximum with the PvP games, but I think this is the maximum height I've seen on the PvE maps. Not all of them you can go this high. I don't know why in this map you can go this high. Maybe it's a glitch because you're not supposed to see this kind of stuff, but I feel I don't mind this. I don't mind because you don't see it when you're actually like playing the game, but when you're spectating it, it's okay. And what you might have noticed is that it really plays the sounds almost as if I was here all the time. Because let's go to the other side of the map. I'm on the other side of the map and I can still hear like every single shot that I make and so forth. Well, almost. The autocannon doesn't seem to every single time be heard, but the cannon, it's like every single time, and the reload sounds and everything, which is a little bit odd. That might be ironed out, but I believe it's just because it believes I'm this player. I wonder if I just change it to this challenger. You know what, let's just go back here. Yeah, okay, it still thinks that I am me because it missile sounds and so forth. But this is very cool and very, very, very neat. I really like it, but it's a bit hard, I guess, to do like tank reviews and stuff. Because, imagine that the replays that I use will be like this. I mean, I guess I can use it for PvE matches and, well, actually to a certain degree PvP matches as well. But it's just that, well, you can't really see if a gun depression fails, that why I need to go over a ridge or how am I struggling. But, yeah, this is more like giving a feel on how it plays. But, you can't see that what ammunition I am using at the moment. You can't see if I'm reloading. You can't see if I'm switching to a missile. You can't see how many, whatever, those are like consumable items do I have. Do I have a repair kit or whatever? You can't see any of that. Pretty much the only thing you can see is the health and the modules that are, knocked out or operational, and am I using the active ability? Which is, well, a bit lacking, but I would guess that all the goody stuff that I pretty much mentioned, in exception of the, you know, going all the way to the moon with the camera, is probably on the way and coming when they are ready. But if you do have replays of your own from vehicles that I haven't already unlocked, or just really cool matches that you do very well, preferably in PvP, because, you know, PvE is, well, unless you get like 30 kills, it's not gonna be super impressive. Maybe if it's on hard and you are the underdog and you just take down all of the enemy tanks, yeah, you know, then that's pretty cool. But do send me replay files that you do really well in, and I would be glad to just see them. And if you want, I might just do a video about them in my channel in the form of a tank review, or just maybe I'll just start to do regular matches that, you know, check this tank out, it's pretty cool and it's driven by this and this person and he's just an ace. That would be nice. But the replay files are still a bit limited on what you can do. But I guess in PvP there's so much usually happening at every single moment that I guess it's kinda good that I can just rotate around and see all these enemies and stuff. Unfortunately, I can't see where you are aiming and what ammunition you're using and yada yada yada. But nonetheless, I feel like if you are doing very well in PvP and would happen to do the recordings, I would very much like to at least see them and perhaps feature them in my channel. So this was my quick overview of the replay system. I think it's a very neat addition to the game, and I'll be using this replay system quite much. It'll be making my life just a little bit easier, and maybe you should use it as well. Maybe not for content creation, but, you know, either helping me or checking stuff out, learning from your mistakes or from what enemies did, whatever. I think this is a very neat addition. So, once again, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you in the next video.